Bagfuel, baby.
Are you worried about not going back to radio? Because radio
That's
is a
interesting.
guaranteed check. Now you're out here fending for self. And for somebody who's fended for self for my whole career, he's fended for self for a long time. He's fended for self for a long time. It's not easy. Do you worry about the work coming and going?
Nah, like I said earlier, I think I'm in a space now where I was already ready to exit out and do something different. I think, again, I'm operating in faith. So my mindset for going into this new year was to bet on myself even more. So, I think I bet on myself to go into radio, and I'm betting on myself to get out of it.
But why'd you want to get out of it so bad? It's not good over there. It seems like a chunky, easy job.
I think to him it's bored or plateau.
The thing is, I've been doing mornings for 15 years. I went from syndicated to local radio, to local morning show, having my own local morning show, to going back to syndicated. And that's kind of the new wave for radio, syndication, because it's more affordable.
It's easier, one person, 50 markets.
Exactly. Yeah. So for me, it's cool to be the producer and co-anchor in Dallas, still be in the top 5 market, and having that conversational synergy between the hosts that are actually in Atlanta. Just say, but for me, there was no growth. There was no growth opportunities. I didn't want to be a music director. I didn't want to be a PD. So there was, I've reached I plateaued, like you said. I've reached my point of, what else can I do in radio? And there was nothing else to excite me to say, well, let me stay in radio. And not saying I won't go back, not saying that there's other opportunities, because
I gotta give you a bigger bag to go back. That's all.
I keep it 100 with you. I went and met with them last Monday, and that's when I made the decision. And I didn't even have to make the decision. Skip bust into the meeting and said, I hope you're not trying to offer him his same job back, because he's elevated from that now. Yeah, I got to create something for him. And I looked at him like, damn, He's like, if you wasn't going to say that, I was going to say it for you. So we left it at that, where hopefully they will create something, because I am still in the market to where it makes sense.
It would be dumb for them. Let me not say that. It would not be smart for them to let you go after they had you when nobody knew you. And now you have a relationship with a real superstar that's still out here and it's actively moving. Why would I let this man leave? It ain't too many superstars like a 50 Cent. You got 50s, you got J's, you got Puffies, you got Nas. It ain't a lot of them out there. So when you have a real tight relationship with one of those, I don't want you to leave my company.
Well, sometimes in any business, people don't value what you bring to the table. And I've said prior to me even going out on the road with 5, I don't think I was valued as much as, I valued myself. So for me, coming back, it's more me focusing on being in the community, doing a lot of philanthropy work, being very selective on what events and parties that I do, and, create my own things. So you talk about things, I'm create my own golf tournament, create things that are outside the box that's tied to my name, because the name is solid in the market. From a DJ standpoint, I mean, for 10 years, I had the biggest club in Texas. So I've done the nightclub thing, and now, I've been priced out. I can't go get the same bag in the market, especially not now.
I think since you mentioned golf, I think you should do like a celebrity miniature golf vibe thing.
Okay.
Miniature golf is a vibe, because regular golf, you need a lot of skill. But with this, you can get away with shit, and it looks nice. It's appealing to all age ranges, and that's a good date to bring girls to as well. So you mentioning that could be a lane. We all come, host it.
Everybody has a charity golf event, but not
miniature golf.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, good idea. Okay.
Radio is just out of touch with what's not like. They haven't put Jess Hilarious.
I saw that.
They haven't done that. So it's
Look
like
at Esso's face.
This is like an obvious choice.
He's gonna explain.
I heard it's because she made the announcement on Breakfast Club before it was even inked. And that's a problem.
Listen to let him finish.
And that is a problem with corporate America. You are conducting yourself like you're independent Bagfuel and just hilarious, and you can't do that when you fucking with the powers that be. That is Clear Channel and iHeartMedia. You cannot make an announcement saying you're on something. They have rollouts. They have things planned to get ratings. They want to get the ratings with Just Hilarious. They're going to make it a surprise. They're going to make an announcement.
Private party.
They need to make make this a fucking extravaganza.
Women empowerment. They had the whole movie ready
she
for her.
fucked it up.
She ruined the moment.
And I'm sorry, Baltimore. She did some Baltimore shit. They don't be fucking listening. They be going rogue.
She pulled a Carmelo.
Baltimore niggas, I lived out there. They think totally different. The way that they think is the way that the world goes, and that's a different town. You can't carry that thought process even to the rest of the world, let alone corporate America.
Yeah, you can't announce something before radio announces it.
You can't do that.
They had their way, like you say, the way they want to roll it out, a whole press release and all that stuff. Like, so if she prematurely announced that, they probably falling back like, nah.
She fucked up a bag for them.
She thought she was doing something good, like getting extra promotion.
Yeah.
iHeartMedia and fucking Clear Channel, they don't need your extra promotion, Miss Jess Hilarious. They just need you to do your job. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Facts.
There you go, Space Ghost.
Yeah. Radio's different.
You talking about a nigga? He looked.
Radio,
he didn't even blink.
Radio's
Yeah, she did that.
I've been told plenty of times, your brand will never be bigger than our brand.
That's the NFL model.
And that's just the mindset of it. Like, you could, it doesn't matter what you do, they're still going to, you could be the largest conglomerate in the world when it comes to your brand. There's still going to make somebody going to say, nah, we'll do it our way.
I can solve the radio problem right here, right now. And this is my clip. Bring YouTubers and podcasters to radio. We're the ones, we do the job that y'all give somebody 2 hours to do, right? They do little six segments. We're talking 2 hours straight, nigga. So imagine what we could do if you put us in the right setting with the right people, and we're used to it, and we have the growing fan base that wants to go somewhere and see where we're at. Mm-hmm. Those people are not moving the needle to say, I want to see where you're at. Gillian Wallow should have been on Philly radio. Philly radio dropped the ball.
Philly, yeah, they did drop the ball.
They dropped the ball. They had them.
Yeah.
They had them. They wanted to do it. Philly radio wasn't interested. By the time they got interested in doing them, it was too much money.
Let me ask you this.
Ball. Power 105, Hot 97, all y'all, come see Bagfuel. We will blow that shit up. Understand that, please.
I was going to give a different angle of it.
Wow, yeah, I do need to be on radio though.
No, what I'm saying is they cashed out off a mega deal. Do you think them going to radio, they would have been able to secure that deal? They might have been locked in differently?
No, they wouldn't have the deal, but that opportunity, other opportunities could have came from
That's
that.
true.
They might not have needed to do that deal. Look at different things that come. You got branding, you got marketing, you got all different type of shit.
Even if they do it now and give them the leverage,
they can't afford them.
Can't afford them.
Radio can't afford them.
It's too late, Ghost.
Even if you gave them the leverage and had it, it would have.
They could have been. They could have been the million. If radio opens their mind and say, I might have to start paying niggas $1 million, they would have been worth it. You give them $1 million, they would have did it for $1 million back then.
And then you could have syndicated them easily.
They wasn't looking towards that route. They didn't think that they was gonna be this big. This is what I'm saying. They're out of touch and they're dropping the ball.
It's the wait and see approach. And a lot of times
it's the wait and see, and then they don't want to cut that check.
That's the check because they see it. Bro, it's happening. YouTube is changing their whole model from music to podcasts and YouTube shows. It's happening. But it's the gatekeepers that's in there worried about people like us, because we're not the young niggas. It's not like giving somebody a young nigga a rap deal. You're giving grown men real deals and situations that know about the business and know about the money.
Yep.
It's not easy to bring us in. You got to pay us accordingly.
Yeah.
And that's what you just went through, and your man had to come in and say, he's at a different level.
Yeah.
And their hearts dropped.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, their hearts dropped.
But, like I said, I didn't have to say it. And that was I didn't know what I was going to say. And to have the person that originally brought me into radio understand where I was mentally. Yeah. And he dropped it for me. And I just sat there like, damn.